1 p.m. Pakistan Standard Time. Assalamu alaikum. This is Radio Pakistan. The news read by Muhammad Zubair Khan. First, the headlines. Prime Minister says government will continue to work with Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation for eradication of polio virus in the country. Tajikistan's president is arriving in Islamabad today on a two-day official visit to Pakistan. The United Nations urges China and India to de-escalate tensions following border clashes between the two countries. The second semi-final of FIFA World Cup will be played between France and Morocco in Qatar tonight. And now the news in detail. Prime Minister Shehbaz Sharif has said the government will continue to work with Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation to ensure that no child remains at risk of deadly polio virus. In a tweet today, the Prime Minister said that he and Bill Gates, during a telephonic conversation last night, discussed polio eradication challenges in the flood-hit areas. Shehbaz Sharif said he thanked Bill Gates for his consistent support. Finance Minister Ishaq Dar has said the government is making efforts to revive the economy. Speaking at the second Pakistan Prosperity Forum in Islamabad today, he said we have recently launched operations to check smuggling of foreign currency and other commodities. The Finance Minister said during the last 24 hours, our Customs Department arrested a person in Chaman border who was trying to smuggle $100,000 across the border. Foreign Minister Bilawal Bhutto Zardari will participate in a high-level debate at the UN Security Council today on the theme of Maintenance of International Peace and Security, New Orientation for Reformed Multilateralism. The Foreign Minister is already in New York on a week-long official visit to the United States. The Foreign Minister will also host and chair the two-day special ministerial meeting of G77 and China beginning at the UN headquarters in New York tomorrow. The G77 and China is the largest negotiating bloc of developing countries within the UN system. Tajikistan's President Imam Ali Rahman is arriving in Islamabad today on a two-day official visit to Pakistan on the invitation of Prime Minister Shehbaz Sharif. During the visit, the two sides will exchange views on further strengthening bilateral cooperation in a wide range of areas. A number of bilateral agreements and MOUs are expected to be signed. King Salman Humanitarian Aid and Relief Center has completed winter relief project in the flood-affected areas of Pakistan. The winter relief package was distributed in 14 districts, which included 50,000 polyester quilts and 25,000 winter kits, including warm shawls for men and women and warm clothes for children and adults. The relief package will benefit more than 170,000 people. Islamabad High Court has suspended terrorism case proceedings against Information Secretary and Chairperson PTV Shahira Shahid, Additional Information Secretary and MD PTV Sohail Ali Khan, and Director News Mirza Rashid Beg. Justice Tariq Mahmood Jahangiri heard the case today. The court restrained all the provinces from any further action and directed that the registration of FIRs against the officials will be subject to the permission of the High Court. Hearing of the case has now been adjourned till the second week of January next year. The United Nations has called for easing of tensions after a clash between Chinese and Indian forces along the disputed Himalayan border. The UN Secretary General spokesman Stephen Dujarric, at his regular noon briefing in New York, called for de-escalation to ensure that the tensions along the border in the area do not grow. According to the Indian Army, the clash took in the Tawang sector of the disputed border last Friday, and a few soldiers on both sides suffered minor injuries. A top US official has slammed the Biden administration for failing to formally designate India as one of the world's worst religious freedom offenders over the country's appalling record of violations against religious minorities. During a congressional briefing on Capitol Hill, the U.S. Commissioner on International Religious Freedom, David Curry, said the State Department's decision to exclude India from its gallery of global religious freedom offenders is a bald-faced political maneuver and shameful. The briefing was organized by Indian American Muslim Council. European Union leaders meet their counterparts from Southeast Asia for a summit in Brussels today to bolster ties amid the war in Ukraine. Europe is keen to boost trade with the Association of Southeast Asian Nations, which is the world's fastest growing economies. In Nepal, at least 18 people were killed and 21 others injured in a bus accident in Betan Chowk rural municipality. Argentina qualified for the final of FIFA World Cup 2022, beating Croatia 3-0 in the first semi-final in Qatar last night. The second semi-final will be played between France and Morocco tonight. The match will start at 12 midnight Pakistan Standard Time. And that is the end of the news. For more news and analysis, log on to our website radio.gov.pk and also watch live video streaming of our bulletins on the link facebook.com/Radio Pakistan News Official.